Hi, this is Dave Holland with Veterans National Mortgage. Let's talk today about closing costs. What are they? How much are they? Where do they come from? These are all questions that we ask when we purchase a home or we refinance a home. Some people think that there's no closing costs for VA loans. That's not true. There's closing costs for all types of loans. What are closing costs? Closing costs are all of the fees that are involved in order for you to close your loan. So these entail not only loan costs, but other costs as well. Your loan costs are points, processing fees, admin fees, underwriting fees, all of these things that are on the loan side. When you do your loan, there's other fees that are involved besides just your down payment. There could be origination fees in some cases or discount points. Discount points are when you pay to get a lower interest rate. It's not a discount or a coupon, I promise. It's actually a cost. So say if you tell your lender, hey, I want a 2.25% interest rate, the lender says, yes, we can do that, but it's going to cost you a point. That point equates to 1% of your loan amount. So if that's $500,000, it's going to cost you $5,000 to get 2.25%. That's just an example for points. You don't have to have points. They're not a requirement. And you definitely want to take a look at your loan estimate to make sure, do I have points? Do I have origination fees? What is the actual cost of this loan? Too often, people don't look at the loan estimate and they just see the 2.25% or whatever the interest rate is without asking the lender, what is the cost of me getting this 2.25%? So make sure to take a look at that, or you can call us, that's even better. Other costs are your taxes, insurance, interest, and prepaids. Prepaids are all of the taxes and insurance that are needed to either pay them up front, or if you have an impound account, then they collect a certain amount as a cushion, and then you make payments each month for your taxes and insurance. They pay your insurance once a year, and if you're in California, they pay your taxes twice a year for you. Each month you make those payments, and that way you don't have to worry about paying it all at once. If you don't have an impound account, you're going to pay that up front. Taxes, interest, prepaids, those are your other costs. So when people tell you that there's no closing costs, just keep in mind that there's always closing costs. It just depends on who's paying for it. So sometimes a lender can raise the interest rate and then include the closing costs in their fees. So when they say that there's no closing costs, there's always closing costs in every loan. It just depends on who pays for it. The seller can pay for your closing costs. The real estate agent can pay for your closing costs. Don't tell them I said that. Other parties can pay for your closing costs as a gift. So it just depends on how you want to take care of them. When the lender is paying your closing costs, it's paid with what's called a rebate. And that rebate goes directly to your closing costs as a percentage. So for instance, let's say that you qualify for 2.25% with no cost or discount points, but you want your closing costs paid by the lender. The lender says, okay, we'll pay your $7,000 in closing costs, but we're going to raise your rate to 2.75%. Then you get a rebate for that 2.75%. That's how rebates work, and that's when you see no closing costs advertised. That's how they're doing it. For your closing costs, the average is about 2% of your purchase price. So if you're purchasing a home for $500,000, you can bet that you're probably going to have somewhere around $10,000 for closing costs. Of course, that depends. Different escrow companies are more expensive or less expensive. Title is more expensive, less expensive. Some people are buying their interest rate down, like we talked about. So it depends, really, but that's an average. Okay, I hope this clears up closing costs a little bit. If you do have further questions, please reach out to us at veteransnationalmortgage.com. You can click apply now if you're ready, and we can give you a free interest rate quote and help to get you pre-qualified without hurting your credit. Or you can give us a call directly at 888-922-2022. Thanks, and we'll see you next video.